So good morning.
Good morning.
What's today?
Today is Aldi Calendar release day.
I love it. And so Aldi is doing their holiday calendars, the Advent calendars.
The Advent calendars, yes.
And what ones are they doing this year again?
So they probably have 50 different Advent calendars, all the way
really?
from like toys to chocolates to pets. But what we're here for, obviously, is the drinking.
Of course.
So we're looking for the wine, we're looking
Okay.
for the beer, and then new this year, they have the Seltzer.
Yes. Tara, my partner wants the Seltzer. So.
Yes. So
Yes.
we're gonna pick up as much as they let us pick up, so that we can go through the month of December drinking and talking
Okay.
about this calendar.
All right. Well, we did get here like an hour early, and I realized that if you have to use the word basic, you really are basic.
Yes.
And
yes.
I didn't want to stand this whole time, so I brought some chairs and I brought some booze. So there's that.
There's
so
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have you mentioned pumpkin spice in the last video.
We're
so
basic, so we drink pumpkin.
I got the pumpkin pipe liqueur,
Okay.
and we're gonna add just a touch.
Just a touch.
Just a touch. And then this is like seriously one of my favorites. This is the Snarky Teas. Have you?
I've never tried a Snarky
Okay,
Tea.
so this is the Snarky Tea sampler.
It sounds like something up my alley with the
It
word
does.
sassy and snarky right there in the box.
So like this is like Namaste, mother trucker. Calm the
Calm the F down.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so the one I chose for you, this one is get your stuff together.
Okay.
It's not. It says shit on it. So there you. We're big people. All right. There's just children around, so I don't want to swear too much like I normally swear. I'm gonna turn down the swearing.
Turn down the
So
swearing.
this one is it's got citrus and ginger. So I thought like the ginger and the
Okay.
pumpkin spice and the booze would help while we wait
Sure.
in line here. So I'm just gonna do this. Gonna add a little tea. Now I love these tea bags because
Yeah,
they're
those are real
literally
cute. It's a great
this
tea
is
bag.
as quality tea as it gets. Snarky tea. And I need to do the same thing for myself. So yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. It's warm.
It is warm.
It's delicious.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
I'm getting the seltzer calendar and the beer calendar.
Yes.
You are getting.
I'm getting the wine calendar for sure. We're
And
gonna
I heard the
review
cheese
the
calendar's
cheese
a
calendar.
bust.
The cheese calendar last year was a bust. They only had 4 cheeses and it repeated
Yeah.
the whole time.
The thing that was funny about the cheese one is not only did it repeat, but it wasn't like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No.
It was like
It was
3
random.
days in a row you got Swiss.
Yeah.
And then you got like a cheddar or something really
Yeah.
basic, not anything
Yeah,
like
and they
over the
didn't
top.
they didn't typically pair very well with the wines.
Oh, you were going the wine and the cheese
Oh
the
yes,
same day.
absolutely.
I
Poured
didn't know
wine,
this.
cut the cheese, took the picture, set it all up, talked about, the flavors, the tasting notes, how they compared with each other. Did the whole thing.
You can only do Swiss cheese so many
But yeah,
times
I mean,
in
there's
25
only
days.
so many times that this, Linchester cheese tasted well with one of the wines. So that's
Was-
probably not even how you say it. Leicester? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was not great.
How did the wines at least fare? Were they good wines?
I would say about 40% of the wines were good.
Okay.
There were a few that got a drain pour. I hate drain pouring, but there were a few that did get a drain pour. But that's expected. 24 different wines. They were reaching for some
Yeah.
of them. And I was getting some wines from places that I've never had wine from.
Oh, that's
we had
good.
some South African wines, and I was like, oh, I didn't know they grew.
South Africa has some amazing wines,
So
actually.
yeah, I got to experience some of that, which was new for me. There's a lot of French stuff in there, a lot of Spanish, some chili.
Okay.
So yeah, it was very cool experience to do it.
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
excited to do it again and see how it compares.
Okay, and so they did unlike the cheese, they did a different wine every day.
Yes, they were a different wine every day. A couple bubbles, a solid balance between red and white. Every once in
good.
a while they threw in a white Zinfandel, and I just kind of tasted it and dumped it because I can't do white Zin. But it was a nice balance.
So the last video, which we'll put a link to, the wine we had the one chip challenge and it hurt me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I have a wine. I don't want this to become like a make the other person cry from all the heat, but
Okay.
but we might
could be
we
fun,
might
though.
get there.
It could be
Yeah,
fun.
and I have a jalapeno wine that I'm gonna swap your wine out with. Sorry.
I like jalapeno wine. So Chilean Sauvignon Blancs are one
Yeah.
of my favorites
Okay.
because they have the spicy kind of pepper notes at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
So I really do try and look for the Chilean ones when I go out. That is
Okay.
my preferred
All right.
spice level of wine.
Oh no, this is a Michigan wine, and they use jalapeno.
Straight up jalapenos.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
let's
treat
do
it
it.
like it's grapes, and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. So,
It sounds good.
Cool.
We'll do it with like some chips and some salsa and some guac.
There you
We'll
go.
go real well with it.
all right. Well, cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.